Alright guys, it is Daily Flip Day 2, and I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about your indoor filming setups. So, the basics of my setup is I use a $5, just a small desk lamp shining directly at me to give enough light, or to give a decent amount of light to shine directly on me and get to show my knife on video, because I usually use a lower ISO setting. Hey guys, what's up? It's Flip. Hey guys, what's up? It is Daily Flips Day 2, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about indoor recording setups. So, the gist of mine is I use a $5 or $10 simple small desk lamp for my lighting, for my main lighting source, my main direct shining on me light source. I just use my overhead lights, just my regular room lights, for the rest of the lighting. My backdrop consists of two just simple black bed sheets. They were between $5 and $10 again at like your normal Five and Below store. What I'm using to record right now is just a Galaxy S6 phone. It's just my regular phone I use every day. It takes great videos. It's whenever I'm going to do something like this where it's a smaller video and I don't feel like breaking out my GoPro, I'll use that. I just use a simple tripod to keep it up. It's again another $5 to $10 thing you can find at like Best Buy or again like a Five and Below store. What I use to keep my phone on the actual tripod, because most tripods don't come with a phone mount, is just I got a $5 selfie stick, took the mount off that, screwed it on, and there you go. So that's really one of the best ways to go about just keeping your camera somewhere. For a long time I did like ridiculous things trying to record, like when I would do outdoor recording, I would usually film by a tree, take one of my knives, stick it on the tree kind of on a slant like this, and then put my phone up so that it was shining down. Or for a long time it was just prop it up against a book that was on a desk and use that to record. And I've seen quite a few of those where you get like half of the desk in and then you see the person, and those are really aggravating at this point watching them, and I feel stupid for ever having done that, but we all start somewhere. So a simple tripod with a selfie stick phone mount is going to get you anywhere you need, really. That being said, I like using my GoPro Hero 4. I have the 4 Black, I don't know if I mentioned that, but I like using that one as I can use the ProTune to set up exactly how I want everything to look and how I want my ISO limits, my white balance, how everything will come out. I can set that up. And I know a lot of people like the DSLRs. I haven't really specifically used one for filming, but I'm sure at some point I'll try it out. But again, those are higher end setups if you're really going to get into flipping, really going to be doing stuff like this. Once you're at that point, hey, why not look into that? But for now, honestly, just a decent camera phone, whether it's iPhones or anything like that, or a Galaxy, they're all going to be very worthwhile, and they'll take you as far as you need to go. So we talked about recording or cameras, mounts, my setup. Let's talk about backdrops. So when I see a lot when newer flippers are starting off, they want to post a video to groups, to YouTube, to anything. And one of the biggest things that's usually quite annoying about them is not the flipping itself, because we all start somewhere, but the fact that you'll go and record in a super trashed room, and it is just extremely hard to pay attention to the knife or anything, or you even really sometimes see it when your room is just full of garbage. So I can attest to this. Mine is trash right now, but just a simple, just like this is half of a wall and then another like a quarter of a wall. Just if you can There's even stuff behind this. You can just drape it over and it makes this little cubby area. As long as you can get something like that, or even just a plain one, like a solid color wall, doesn't matter what color, just use something that's plain and you can see the knife and everything individually, and you're gonna be golden. You're gonna be good to go for whatever you need to do for the next little bit until you can get a little bit better of a setup. For lighting, like I said, I use a $5 to $10 desk lamp with just I think it's an LED bulb. Sometimes if I want a bit more lighting and I'm not getting exactly what I want, I'll use like a garage light or a construction light, a halogen lamp like this, where you can get from Harbor Freight or any place like that. The one thing with those is if you're going to use that, don't shine it directly at you, but get a white backdrop or bed sheet and shine it at the white sheet and let it reflect off of that and come back onto you. I have a white ceiling, so I usually point it up point it straight up at the ceiling, just have it reflecting back onto me, like I said. Because the halogens give off a hard lighting, whereas other bulbs, I don't really know which ones and everything, will give off the soft lighting, and it's not so harsh on you, and it doesn't make everything look funny. So, what else? Another thing, or to do with lighting, if you're not looking to get a setup like this, just use a nice, well-lit room, something with overhead lights or lamps, and that has natural lighting coming from outside. This is kind of funny because I fell, but it's actually the light that's directly over top of me will put a glare onto my camera. So I just made a little box that just fits right up in there usually and stays up in there unless it falls, and it will just reflect. It's because it's a white box, it reflects the light. Instead of hitting there, it reflects it back up to here, so I have a decent lighting from that as well. No, it's not right, so it might look kind of funny, but yeah. For backdrops, for hanging them up, one of the easiest ways is if you have this, I have a the removable panel ceilings. So I just move the panel, put the edges of my backdrop up in the sides, and then just let it hang there like that. If you don't have a ceiling like that, which I know some people don't, you can get little rivets and rivet on just some circles onto your sheet itself, and then get some command hooks and hook it right onto there and pull it tight, and you're going to be good to go with that as well. So, lighting, backdrops, cameras, mounts, I think that's about it. There's not a lot to talk about unless you're really going in depth and explaining everything, but I'm not about to do all that because that's just a lot of work, and what I've said so far is going to get you, like I said, wherever you need to go, whatever you need to do, you're going to be able to do it with this kind of setup. It's a super cheap setup that I'm using, and you really don't need anything more than that. So, I guess that concludes today's daily drop video, and as I was told by Robert Mayer, I'm supposed to drop the knife, but I'm not that bad. I'm not as bad as he is, so I don't typically drop it all that often, but as like a mic drop, I'll drop the knife.